Most gardeners treat January like a dead month and then wonder why they're buying vegetables at the store in March, April, and May when they could be harvesting. There are 16 vegetables you can plant right now that create a continuous harvest system where something is always ready to pick from late winter straight through next January. Miss this window and you'll spend the entire year playing catch-up while watching your grocery bills climb. Stay with me because I'm about to hand you a 12-month harvest plan that starts today. Welcome to Timeless Gardens, where we turn small budgets into year-round food. Whether you're here for the first time or you've been growing with us since day one, you already know we don't waste time on theory that doesn't work. Today's plan is your blueprint for never buying certain vegetables again once you get this system rolling. Before we reveal these 16 game changers, smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because every week we're proving you can eat from your garden 365 days a year without spending a fortune. Drop a comment right now telling me what month you struggle most to harvest fresh food. Your answer helps me know what to cover next. Let's build your continuous harvest. Here's what makes this different from a regular planting list. These 16 vegetables aren't random. They're strategically chosen to create overlapping harvests throughout the entire year. Some mature fast and fill the late winter gap. Others produce continuously for months. Some store well and bridge you between seasons. Together, they create a system where your harvest basket is never empty. The secret is understanding that January planting isn't about spring harvest alone. You're setting up 3 harvest windows. First, the early producers give you food in late February and March when stores charge premium prices. Second, the long season crops mature in summer and fall, providing storage food for winter. Third, the perpetual producers keep giving from spring through the first hard freeze and sometimes beyond. When you plant all 16 in January, you're essentially building a food assembly line. As one crop finishes, another is hitting its stride. You're never waiting, never buying, never wondering what to eat because the garden is always producing something. This is how people fed themselves before grocery stores existed, and it still works better than anything modern agriculture offers. Let's start with 8 vegetables that produce fast and get you harvesting while everything else is still establishing. Number 1 is radishes. These are ready in 25 to 30 days, which means fresh crunchy vegetables by late February. Plant a row now, then plant another row every 2 weeks through March. Continuous radishes all spring with almost zero effort. 2 is arugula. This peppery green germinates in cold soil and grows fast. You're cutting leaves in 3 weeks and it keeps producing for months if you harvest correctly. 1 January planting feeds you through April. 3 is spinach. January planted spinach tastes sweeter than spring spinach because cold triggers sugar production. It's ready in 40 days, and if you let one plant go to seed, you get free spinach forever because it self-sows. 4 is lettuce, specifically cold hardy types like winter density. This is your foundation for continuous salads. Plant it now, then succession plant every 3 weeks until heat arrives. 1 January start kicks off 8 months of fresh greens. 5 is snap peas. These need cold soil to establish strong roots. Plant now and you're harvesting crisp sweet pods by early April, a full month ahead of people who wait for spring. 6 is broad beans. Also called fava beans, these handle freezing temperatures and produce massive amounts of food. Plus, they fix nitrogen in your soil, fertilizing whatever you plant next. 7 is turnips. You get 2 harvests from 1 planting. The greens are ready in 30 days, perfect for cooking. The roots take 60 days and store for months. Efficient and productive. 8 is kale. This is your set it and forget it green. Plant kale in January and it produces for a full year if you harvest outer leaves and let the center keep growing. 1 planting, 12 months of food. Now the crops that take longer but create the backbone of your year-round system. 9 is onions from sets or transplants. These grow slowly through winter and spring, then mature in early summer. Cure them properly and you've got onions storing until next January. Never buy onions again. 10 is leeks. Similar timeline to onions but even tougher. They can stay in the ground through winter in many climates, giving you fresh food when nothing else is available. Living cold storage. 11 is garlic, but only if you're in a mild area or missed the fall planting window. You won't get huge bulbs, but you'll get green garlic and scapes, both of which are gourmet ingredients that cost a fortune at stores. 12 is cabbage. January planting gives you heads ready in April or May. These store for months in cool conditions. But the real strategy is planting cabbage twice, once now for spring eating and once in summer for winter storage. 13 is carrots, specifically fast-maturing types. They take about 75 days in cold soil, so you're pulling carrots in April. But here's the genius part, carrots can stay in the ground for months after maturity. They're self-storing. Harvest as you need them from April through June while your main storage carrot crop grows for fall. 14 is potatoes, either planted now in mild climates or chipped indoors if your ground is frozen. Early potatoes give you new potatoes in late spring. Your main fall crop provides storage potatoes for winter. 2 strategic plantings create year-round potato supply. 15 is Swiss chard. This is kale's even more forgiving cousin. One spring planting produces for 6 to 8 months. It handles heat better than other greens and just keeps giving leaves all season. And 16 is any winter cover crop you can turn into food. Field peas, crimson clover, or winter rye. These grow through cold months, fix nitrogen, improve soil, and in spring you either harvest the young greens to eat or turn the whole plant into the soil as free fertilizer. You're building fertility while growing food. Pause here because I need to know this is clicking. If you're seeing how these 16 vegetables work together to create continuous harvests instead of just being a random list, hit that like button. And comment below telling me which vegetables you're most excited to plant or which ones you didn't realize could go in the ground this early. Your engagement helps this reach more gardeners. Let's keep going. Here's how you take this list and turn it into actual food in your garden. Don't try to plant all 16 the same day. Spread it over January and you'll avoid overwhelm. Week 1, plant the quick stuff, radishes, arugula, spinach, and lettuce. These need minimal prep and grow fast, giving you early wins. Week 2, plant the peas, broad beans, and turnips. These need slightly more space and structure but they're still straightforward. Week 3, get your onions, leeks, and garlic in if you haven't already. These are your long-term storage crops. Week 4, plant kale, chard, cabbage, and carrots. These round out your system with steady producers and storage options. And throughout January, prep beds and plant your cover crops in any empty space. You're never leaving soil bare because bare soil is wasted opportunity. This staggered approach keeps you from burning out, and it naturally creates succession plantings for crops like lettuce and radishes without requiring complicated planning. As for space, you don't need a massive garden. A 10 by 10 foot bed can grow shocking amounts if you succession plant and harvest correctly. Use every square foot by interplanting fast crops with slow crops. Radishes and lettuce mature before cabbage needs the space. Spinach finishes before potatoes spread. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is continuous production. Even if you only plant half this list, you're still creating a system that outperforms conventional seasonal gardening. The reason most gardens produce for 3 months and then go quiet is simple. People plant everything at once in spring, harvest everything in summer, then have nothing for the rest of the year. This January system flips that model. You're planting in the dead season when soil is available and weather is cool, which is exactly when these crops want to grow. You're staggering maturity dates so harvests overlap instead of clumping. And you're mixing fast crops with slow crops, fresh-eating crops with storage crops, so you're always covered. Traditional gardening advice treats growing like a sprint. This approach treats it like a marathon. Steady, continuous, sustainable. And the beautiful part is once you establish this rhythm, it maintains itself. Your fall garlic planting happens because you're already in the garden harvesting. Your succession lettuce gets planted because you're there picking radishes. The system feeds itself. There you have it. 16 vegetables to plant in January that create a continuous harvest system keeping you in fresh food all year. Radishes, arugula, spinach, lettuce, peas, broad beans, turnips, kale, onions, leeks, garlic, cabbage, carrots, potatoes, chard, and cover crops. This is your roadmap to never having an empty harvest basket. If this gave you a clear plan, share it with someone who's tired of buying vegetables they could be growing. Hit subscribe if you haven't already, smash that like button, and comment which vegetables you're planting first. I read every response and I genuinely want to know your plan. Thank you for watching. Remember, the best gardens aren't the ones that produce the most in one month. They're the ones that produce something every month. January isn't a dead month, it's the foundation of your entire year. Start now and by this time next year, you'll have a system that feeds you continuously. Happy planting!